Hi, I'm Casey and I have a crush on food. And today I have a crush on chili. Chili's great because it's winter and the Super Bowl's coming up. And this game day chili is perfect for a crowd or just for a cold night with your family. For the whole recipe, you can go to crushonfood.com. So come on, let's cook. So we're making game day chili. I already have my pan hot on medium heat. And I like to put a little bit of olive oil in just to coat the bottom of the pan, but you don't have to. The meat is usually has enough oil. So it's already nice and hot, so I'm going to add the meat. I like to use 1 pound of ground beef and 1 pound of bison. Or you can use all bison or you can use all ground beef. While the meat's browning, you're also going to put in the onion and the garlic. So I have a cup of chopped onion here, so we're going to throw that in. Smells good already. And I have 4 minced garlic. I use a garlic press, but you can chop up the garlic if you want. I hate to chop up garlic, okay? And now you know that about me. So I use the garlic press. There's 4 garlic cloves. And this is going to take about 8 to 10 minutes to brown. You don't really want to see any pink stuff, so you just keep breaking it up and moving it around until it gets nice and brown. Pepper, just to taste, as much as you want, and some salt too. You don't have to put salt because we will be putting cans of tomato sauce and Worcestershire sauce and some tomato paste, and those have salt in them. So if you don't like a lot of salt, you don't have to put it in there, but if you do like salt, go ahead and season it. Alright, we got the meat all browned, and so we're just going to drain any of the liquid that's been produced from cooking it. I'm going to drain that off, and then we can start adding the rest of our ingredients. Alright, we drained off all the liquid, and now we're ready to start adding stuff. First thing we're going to do is we're going to add our spices. And I've already got them all measured out in here. There's paprika, chili powder, there's crushed red pepper, and cumin. So I'm going to add that to the meat. And I'm going to stir it. Kind of mix it up just a little bit. And next we're going to put in the tomato paste. 6-ounce can of tomato paste. Now, I really like bison, but it's not a typical meat that people usually buy. It has a mild gamey flavor, but it tastes very similar to beef, and it's very lean. Very lean. So it's great to put in as a substitute for beef or to mix in with beef. I usually do it with hamburgers as well. So if you've never tried it and they have it at your supermarket, then give it a whirl. It's delicious. I've made bison enchiladas, bison burritos, bison spaghetti sauce. Okay, so we're going to stir the tomato paste around. When you are cooking the tomato paste and you add it, before you add all the liquid, it helps to distribute all the flavor and the spices. Now we're going to start adding the liquids, the tomato sauce and the broth and the beer. Now I'm going to tell you, I put 2 8-ounce cans of tomato sauce. But if you like your chili to be a little bit more thin, you can add 1 more can of tomato sauce if you want. I also don't put too much beef broth in there either, but I don't skimp on the beer because beer has a lot of flavor, and you should never skimp on beer. Okay, so I have 10 ounces of beef broth here, but you can put a whole can, which is 14.5 ounces. So there's the beef broth, and Here's my 12-ounce bottle of beer, and you can use a dark beer. It's probably going to be best for cooking because they usually have a little bit more flavor and depth. So we're going to bring that to a boil. Still at a medium temperature. Forget the Worcestershire sauce. 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. There we go. And the beans too. We can put the beans in before it starts boiling. Some people don't like beans in their chili, which I think is crazy, but it's true, and I live with one of those people. So instead of putting a whole can of beans, or more if you like beans a lot, I usually am limited, and I just put half a can. So the great thing though about the beans is that you can heat them up if you live with somebody who doesn't love beans. You can heat them up and you can just add them later. You don't have to, it doesn't have to necessarily cook with the chili. So I added my half a can of beans, and I will be adding some later to my own bowl. And we're just going to bring this to a boil, and then we're going to turn the heat down, and it's going to simmer for an hour or an hour and a half. So we put the lid on our chili and turn the heat down, and we're going to let it simmer for 60 to 90 minutes. And every 10 or 15 minutes you want to give it a stir, you can. So this is great. You can just leave it here. If you want to make something to go on the side, like cornbread, or if you're going to cook anything else, then this is a great time to do it. You can just leave the chili there. All right, we'll be back when it's done. The chili's done. Hey! So it's been simmering for about an hour and a half, and it's all done. So you can put it in a bowl and you can eat it with cornbread, or you can put it over something like a baked potato. And I'm from the South, and we have Frito pie down here. I don't think everybody in the United States eats Frito pie, but I'll tell you, when I was a kid, we'd go to football games and they would have bags of Fritos, individual bags of Fritos, which are corn chips, and they would just slice open one side. They would pour the chili over the Fritos in the back and put cheese on top. Yum! So you can do that. You can make your own Frito pie, or you could put it over a vegetable like butternut squash. That's what I like to do. But any way you eat it, it will taste delicious. Put some sour cream on it and cheese, or some avocado. If you put avocado on anything, it tastes good. So that's all for tonight. I hope you enjoy your chili. Thanks.